everyone, welcome back to Impact Training. This is Clarice, and this is my weekly impact tips. And I actually kind of am liking coming to you at the beginning of the week because I feel like it can really set the tone for your week, because everything starts with mindset. So today, actually, what I wanted to talk about is change. It's been really crossing my mind around that topic, because all of us are facing change during this period in our life. Actually, change is always there. It's inevitable. It's part of living. But I think when change happens rapidly, that's when we start to go, oh my goodness, there's a lot happening. And definitely there's been a lot that has been happening over the past few months with COVID, as well as currently the situations happening in our world with the civil rights movement. And I think a lot of people are trying to figure out on how to handle change. And so I wanted to come to you with 6 tips that I want to talk about on how you can properly embrace change. So the first thing actually is what I just said. The first thing is to actually embrace change versus trying to fight it or reject it or say like, why does this have to happen? You know, that type of thing. And when we embrace change and kind of go with the flow in the sense that it's already happening, you can't change the situation. I always say, well, then to embrace change, you have to focus on what can you control and let go what you can't control. Those of you that I mentor know that I always say that. And there's 2 things that I always say that you can control, and it's the 2 A's: your attitude and your actions. Your attitude is the way you see things, the story you're telling yourself. And you always have a choice to choose your attitude. The second thing is actions. So actions is like, what can you do to actually embrace this change? Is it like, what courses can you take? Or, with the civil rights movement, maybe how can we understand, sort of what's happened in the past in our history with racial discrimination? So it's like actions that we can take. Number 2 is actually having a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. If you ever get a chance to read a book called Mindset, it's by Carol Dweck, and the subtitle is The Psychology of Success. It's an amazing book, and honestly, it's revolutionary in terms of changing people's way of thinking. So instead of looking at something like set or finite, we're looking at this change as like an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to actually learn something. And if you can have that mindset, then change is exciting. There's great things that can come out of it. Number 3, a living philosophy or a philosophy of my life is gratitude. If you can actually have a grateful heart and approach change with gratitude, it changes your mindset to abundancy. And I know sometimes through difficult times, gratitude can be hard, but I believe like you can find something that you're grateful for and immediately lifts your spirit, because gratitude is a lifting kind of emotion versus some of these very heavy emotions like being in a depressed state or being very angry or upset. So learning to have gratitude or starting a gratitude journal or gratitude jar is amazing. Number 4 is having a big picture mindset. So when you are going through change, in the moment, the change seems so big, and it's the only thing we can think of when we're younger, like in our teenage years, little things that happen in school or your first breakup or something like that is life-changing, right? But like when you kind of think ahead at the end of your life, when you look back in this period of your life, is it that big of a deal? And sometimes it is. Like there is legitimately big things happening, but then if you have a big picture perspective, it also gives you perspective on what's the proper decision to do based on the big picture and the values you want to live out. So if it's something that's so important to you, that at the end of your life, or from a 50-foot view of your life, you want to create the change, or you need to embrace the change, what are the proper decisions you can make based on that versus decisions within the moment or emotionally. So having a big picture perspective gives you more objectivity, although I don't believe that any one person can have full objectivity when you live in your own body, including myself. And that's why I need a mentor and coach to help me through different perspective or blockages, right? Number 5, I believe to embrace change properly, one of the greatest ways is to put your eyes on other people. And I think sometimes when you are going through change, it is so difficult because it's within yourself and you're going through it. But I think when you can turn your eyes outwards and go, maybe this person's experiencing that change too. Maybe they went through COVID and they're feeling it too. And maybe how can we actually do something together to uplift each other, right? So it's always so fulfilling when you can actually put your eyes on others and yeah, think outside of your own bubble. The number 6 is something that I've learned over time, and that is having fun, finding humor, laughing at yourself, and kind of having that joyful spirit. When you can have that like sense of humor about life and make it fun, it really changes things. A change is inevitable. Change comes. We all have to work with it, adapt to it. But if you can laugh more, smile more, in whatever way works for you, you know, you might be someone who tells a joke, or you might be someone who loves watching comedy, or you might be somebody who just is really creative. If you guys have watched the water jug workouts, it was just an inspiration I had, and I'm having fun with it. Like, obviously, is that going to replace the gym? No. Is that the only way you're going to work out? No. But it just kind of created some creative juice in my mind, and I had some fun with it, and I'm still having some fun with it, right? So finding joy in the change, you know, and being able to laugh at yourself. So hopefully this added value to you. And you know, if you are looking for you know, a fitness coach and someone who can also coach you in other areas of your life and mentally, emotionally help you overcome hurdles, please contact me. I would love to get to know you and potentially help you with it. If not, you know, definitely take these tips and run with it. Ultimately, the goal is to just add value to you and help all of us, you know, embrace change. It definitely is changing times right now. And, you know, I know we're all working through it together. So thank you for visiting Impact Training. These are your weekly impact tips, and I will see you next.